What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are having an amazing day. So what we got to tackle today on the FJ40 is the entire switch panel. There's what we got, the little 6-gang switch panel. I already have the panel installed in the center console right there, or like the switches. We still need to find a spot to mount the whole relay box, which is pretty easy to mount. I think we're gonna mount that right kind of down by the ECU, and then we gotta wire in all the lights. So what we're doing for lights is I want to do full rock lights, probably 6, possibly 8, but we'll probably start with 6. We'll probably do one in each corner under the fenders, and then just maybe one under the rock sliders. I think 6 would be plenty. It's a pretty small rig. So rock lights, when I do build the bumper, I'm gonna put another set of pods in the back. I do already have LED pods for the reverse lights, but that's hooked up to my actual reverse. I want to hook up another set of lights on the back that we can control with the switch panel. So we want to do that. And these old FJ40s originally had no door switches for the interior lights. I kind of wanted to keep that same style. So I think we're going to do interior lights off of that switch panel. And then, so that's 3. I think I may add, oh, we have windshield lights already on, which are right there. If you guys are interested, actually, come to think of it, I'm selling those brackets to mount those. And then those lights from Oxbeam, those are a really nice little 3-inch pod light. I have a discount code for you guys. I'll throw it on the screen right here. You can find those at Oxbeam or on Amazon. I do have another set of pods. I'm thinking if I can find a spot up front somewhere around the winch area that will look good, I may add another set of pods. So I think that's 5. I don't know. We got to find somewhere else to put maybe a 6th light. I don't know, we'll figure it out. But either way, we got to get started. So what I'm going to start with is, I want to start with interior lights. I kind of already got figured out what I want to do. So I got some more of these rock lights. I'm going to use these for interior lights. So I think I'm going to do 2 on each side in the back up there, and then I want to take 2 and kind of angle them out above that mirror there. There's plenty of room, and from the factory mirror there's already holes there. So for 1, we're going to cover up those holes. I'll bolt a bracket right under there, and for 2, we can kind of just use as dead space right there for some lights. We got the switch panel fuse box mounted up down here, or the relay box. Nice little spot for it there. So wiring this thing is very simple. We got a battery, which we got to extend way over there. Not a huge deal there. We'll just extend that, and then there's only 2 other wires that we need to worry about for wiring this entire just to the switch panel. We need a ground, and then the red is a accessory power or a keyed ignition power. Luckily I already have this white wire, which is an old wire that I use for my alternator. I ended up going back to the ECU pins like factory. So we have a switch ignition power right here. We're just gonna hook that to the red. We'll ground the black. And like I said, extend that out. And then all we gotta do is add our wires into each circuit here. That's the positive. There's no grounding through this, so we'll have to ground separately for our lights. So we gotta wire these in still. Those are still not wired. We gotta wire in all the interior lights that we just did. And then I want to maybe add pods. I gotta see about adding pods up front. I'm gonna run some wire to the back because when I do build a rear bumper for it, I want to put some pods in the back. I already do have these, but they're hooked to my reverse lights, like I said. So I do want some extra pods in the back that we can just switch on with this. I mean, it's gonna be handy. Just hit a button right there and turn the lights on. So let's do that. And then one other issue, which is kind of a large issue. I need to run wires up through the windshield. To do that, I gotta drill holes underneath and up top here. And to do that, we need to take the roof off. Now, I could just unbolt this actual top, just the fiberglass roof itself, and lift it up to get enough to get the windshield to fold down. But I think I might pull all the sides off as well. Just leave the top bolted on, pull the sides off. Honestly, it'll probably be easier. And another thing, my roll cage is really pissing me off. When I painted the roll cage, there's some light spots in it that I didn't see until I got it in. Now, the primer I used was very close to the same color as the paint, so it was kind of hard to see as I was spraying, but I doubt you'd be able to see it. But there's a little bit of a light spot there on some, there's a pretty decent light spot up there. So if I just unbolt here along the bottom of that, I can pull the entire top off, and then the roll cage comes right out with, it's just bolted on here. There's 6 points, one there and then another one in the back. I'll just unbolt that and we can pull the entire roll cage out. I'm just gonna go over it real quick, scuff it up, and then we're just gonna throw a couple more coats of paint on that. Well, I'm feeling much better about this roll cage now. Another coat of paint on it. It looks so much better. There's no more light spots, and we are fully wired in. We got all of our wires run up through the windshield. So the driver's side, I already had wires running along this edge of the frame. So that's how I just kind of copied it, ran it through that same spot and up for the speakers and the interior lights. But this side I went completely through the frame, so you can't even see it at all. So we're good to go here. I guess what we got to do now is start putting it back together. So let's get this thing backed in, get the roll cage in, get that bolted in, get the top back on. Well, we should be all wired in. We got the new cable right here running from the battery up around to this post here, and then all my positives, all my battery power is right here. So that's nice and handy. We got all these circuits wired except one. I still have one open. So in the future, if we want to add something else, we still have an open spot. But let's hop inside and see if this thing even works. So how this is wired, or how this works, is you have to have the ignition on. You can rig up a different switch for it, but I figure with how mine's set up, instead of running a different switch, my ignition I can just turn back and it just powers the radio. And look at that, that powers that as well. Number one, I think I had interior lights. That might not be plugged in. Oh, there we go. Lights, light, and light. That is working. Two. I think that was the front. Oh, no, that's rock lights. Got one there. Oh yeah, that looks sweet. I can't wait to try this out when it's dark. We got 3 on each side. Oh yeah, looks like they are all working. So that is cool. Sweet. We're gonna have to bring this thing out tonight after it gets dark and try it out. 3. Let's see what 3 was. Yeah, there we go. There's the front pods there. That looks good. 4 I think is, yep, the yellow pods. So there's pods, and then 5. What was 5? I forget what 5 was. I forget completely what my other, oh, reverse or backup lights. I don't have them on yet, obviously. I just have the wire ran back up to here so that when we do build that bumper, we have it all wired. It's all hooked up already. All we got to do is hook up the lights and we're good to go. I like it. I really dig it. So one thing we got to do real quick is get the stickers. So you can see here, there's a bunch of different stickers. I'm going to get these labeled. Let's see, we got front, or actually I think there was a windshield. Yeah, there's a windshield right there. We have interior. I know I saw it. Right there, interior, rock lights. Rear, we'll use that rear, and then we got 2 cubes, or we could just do cubes or front lights. I don't know, we'll figure it out. Get these all marked out on there. And then one thing we do have to do still is powder coat these brackets. So all the brackets for the rock lights, the brackets for the interior lights, we need to pull out, powder coat those as well. All right, we got all those. I might just put a blank on that last one for now, but the cool thing about this is must have a sensor in this actual pod, and it senses when it's dark or light. So if I turn the interior lights on, you can see it brightens up, and then turn it off and it dims back down. So that's kind of handy. And then you can have all these on, and then you just hit the off button and they all turn off. Pretty sweet little setup. I really dig this thing. Well, we got the parts in the oven. Those are curing. This stuff right here from Prismatic Powders, this is stone black. You can see the curing schedule, 10 minutes at 400 degrees. That is after the parts, the actual parts hit 400 degrees. That's when you bake it for 10 minutes. So you just want to get one of these little guns here. We'll shoot the part. You can see 437. So we are above 400 degrees. We're going to give that 10 more minutes to cure, and then we'll pull it out, cool it off, and it'll be 100% done. So another thing I want to do, I've been itching to do it, but I just haven't done it yet, is I want to powder coat these rings for the bead locks. I think with some accent on those, it'll look really good. So I got powder that matches the springs, basically my accent color. So the cage, the springs, and the grill up front, it's just like a light metallic silver. So that's what I want to do. I want to do those silver. I think it'll just give it just a little bit of an accent. I think I'll like it. So the powder we got here, again from Prismatic, is this one is called Flat Shimmer, and it is a metallic. This one they said you should clear coat. So I got a clear coat here, just called Clear Vision. So what you basically do when you're clear coating, you spray on the color and then you put it in the oven for just a couple minutes, just to where it starts to flow out, and then you pull it out, spray the clear on, and then you can see the clear bakes for 18 minutes at 375. If you guys are looking for powder coat, go hit up Prismatic Powders. They are a sponsor of this channel. So huge shout out to Prismatic Powders. Like I said, if you guys need some stuff, they have a ton of different powder coats. Go hit them up. I'll drop the link to the website down in the description box if you guys want to go check them out. Well, there we go. The wheels are done. It might take a little bit to get used to. It kind of brightens it up quite a bit, which is like kind of what I wanted. I mean, the whole rig's pretty dark. I wanted some accent colors, so I don't know. I like it, but like I said, I might need to get used to it for a little bit. But either way, it's almost dark out. We got to try out all these lights. You can kind of see what the interior lights are going to be like right now. Oh yeah, look at that, so bright. But we'll check it out when it's actually dark out, and you can actually get a good idea of what we're gonna look like. Well, it's gotta be dark enough out here. Let's try out these lights. Oop, I left it on. Interior, boom, holy crap. That is bright, I love it. Rock, that looks good. Oh yeah. I tried it earlier when it wasn't quite as dark and it didn't look like it lit that much up, but actually when it's dark it actually works pretty good. Then we got cubes, windshield, the front lights. Oh yeah, that looks good. Well, now that it's dark out, you can really see those rock lights, and I'm pretty impressed, honestly, for 6 little lights. That actually looks pretty dang good, so I'm happy with that. Now that it's dark, let's go for a quick little rip and try out all these lights on the front, and then let's fire up the interior lights again. I know these things are just absolutely blinding. I mean, they're bright, but they're not too bright, and I think I'm really gonna like all that light inside. All right guys, for reference, that is low beams, headlights. There's high beams. And now those are the white bumper lights. And that's the windshield lights. That looks freaking good. And then we got rock lights on, you can see. Lights up everything down here. This is looking sweet. Well, that's it guys. I gotta say, I really like that switch panel. Having just that little panel to mount, not a bunch of switches everywhere, and also the relay box makes it so convenient, so easy to wire up. All you gotta do, run power and a ground and ignition power, and it's basically wired. So I definitely recommend that switch panel if you guys are gonna add like more than like 3 lights. It just makes, like I said, makes packaging, everything so much easier. You don't have a bunch of relays everywhere, a bunch of different switches all over the place. Just one little switch panel and it's good to go. Well anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'm gonna wrap it up here. Why don't you go smash that thumbs up button, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you in the next one.